Last class we have learned how to work with arrays, right? So today we are going to understand how to work with class. Okay, how to store data by using class, we'll try to understand. Any doubts from last class working with array? Yesterday no class. I gave you this assignment. Have you worked? Did you complete it? Okay, let us try to practice that. Okay, quickly I'll show you how to write code, cross verify. What the question I given? Program means multiple employees of a company. Okay, now company I have to write. I should write a class called company. Okay, in this class I ask you store multiple values of an employee. Okay, multiple salaries. So now I want to call it as salaries are a what type? Double type. Double salaries. What do you write? Some 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, something salaries you write. Then what I told you, read and display all employee salaries on console. Okay, which approach you follow? Static approach? No. Dynamic approach using for loop, dynamic approach by using enhanced for loop, or dynamic approach by using predefined method. I want to follow all the three approaches as a revision. Then here what I need to write? IA1 place I need to write salaries. And here I want to write salaries. Here double value equal to double salary equal salaries and salary, right? And then to string method salaries. Okay, company place, I'm writing test 06 for compiling and executing this program. Control 1 compile, controlled. Look at that. First option, second option, and third option. We are getting same values here displayed. Next, what I told you. Yeah. Also send all employee salaries to tax department. Then what is tax department? It is another object. No? Another object means another class. And it has a method. Static while. Now what I need to do? Tax calculation. Right. Tax calculation of open bracket, closure bracket. It should take all salaries. What do you write? Double array salaries. Okay. And then I call this method. How to call this method? Class name, tax department dot tax calculation of employees tax calculation. You want the employees whose salaries are available in this tax calculation. I mean salaries variable. Sir, here and here I taken local variable, other method parameters. No, it is local to this variable and this local to method. Should I take same name or different name? Your wish. You can take same name or different name, your wish. And then next, what I total paying by this company, you need to display. Tell me, how can I calculate total salary display? I mean, paying by this company. So you need to take what? Double total. You need to count total salary na equal to 0. Then next, for open bracket, closure bracket. Which for loop you need to write? You can write first for loop or second for loop. Old for loop, okay, regular for loop. Now I want to use enhanced for loop. Enhanced for loop, and then in place of displaying, what you do? Total salary equal to total salary plus salary. Okay, total salary plus salary, total amount. And next, control 1, compile successfully, no problem. Cannot find symbol tax department. Control 1 compile. And then now I need to display total salary paying. System.out.println. It's a dummy code, okay? Don't think too much, okay? Just it's a dummy code. Creating array, storing values in array, reading values from array, and passing array Everyone understand? Shall I go to next point? Another loop, how it works. Did you miss yesterday class? Pile? You are passing now, Mohishin. You are passing, right? That's why accessing. You are passing, right? Mr. Kumar, what you need to write there? In for loop, you should write left I less than IA1, should not write bracket of I. Gulshan Singh, what is your question? I didn't understand. Can you please write in English? Okay, now I want you to understand memory diagram. How array object memory diagram will be. I'll teach memory diagram for int array. Now you should work for this array. This program memory diagram you should work yourself. How the JVM background works. I told you in variables topic, when you write a variable creation statement, okay, when you write variable creation statement, when you place variable creation statement, compiler verifies this variable is available, this data type available or not, variable following identifier rule or not. Okay, and next assignment operator 10, okay, so we can write, right? Yeah, I told you already many times to you, please don't ask confirmation questions. Don't waste your time and don't waste my time. You can verify in the system. Are you catching my point? Don't ask confirmation questions. If the topic is a doubt, then ask, okay? Can we replace enhanced for loop by regular for loop or not? Can't you test in your system? Can you do or not? Can only not. Can means what? What the meaning of can? You can test in your system. Don't ask confirmation questions, okay? I told you enhanced for loop and regular for loop are alternative. Come on, buddy. Let go, let make sure the class goes smooth. Okay, we are taking class only 1.5 hours. In that 1.5 hours, if you ask this type of dirty idiot musty questions, useless questions, then 5-10 minutes time spending on this. Then when we can complete syllabus? Grow up, mature, show us some maturity, okay? I'm telling you, eagerly I'm waiting for offline classes. I want to stop these online classes as soon as possible. People don't have minimum mindset here, mind maturity. I don't know why in online classes, people are thinking like this. I'm not scolding. Don't feel that I'm scolding 1 or 2 students. Every day, you are not carrying the time. Today morning, 7 o'clock, I'm teaching one topic called this keyword. Okay? I'm teaching this keyword. People are, moving that side, this side, and, suddenly look into that. They're coming and asking, sir, what is this keyword? What is the use of it? What should I do? Matter. After complete explanation, this keyword for 15 to 20 minutes, program, memory diagram, everything. At last, they coming and asking, sir, I didn't understand this keyword. Sir, what the use of this keyword? Useless fellows. ఇద్దరు పోతా కూర్చుంటారు క్లాస్లో. Vaibhav, you are asking question why we write static, right? Now look at here. Can somebody answer to his question? Why we write static, sir? Can somebody answer to this question? Did I explain why we write static in your batch? If I don't write static, what is the problem? Did I explain? Okay, come back. Now how the memory will be allocated for it, tell me? Compiler searching for data type available or not, variable name memory, variable name properly, identifier rules following or not, value is valid or not, all these points we are verifying, right? Now JVM, what it will do? JVM allocate memory based on the data type. Variable name I1 into data type memory 4 bytes and the value stored 10. Like variables, how the array memory will be created by JVM, I am trying to make you understand. Are you ready? Here in array, okay, in reference data type, if you use a reference data type, it allocates two memories. Please listen. Carefully, all you people listen. And every word I am talking, I cannot dictate the notes, okay? Please try to put your brain in the class. After class, if you ask me again, sir, why is it? I cannot do anything, okay? Every word I am talking, I cannot dictate the notes. Please listen carefully, understand carefully, reply along with me, talk along with me. How many memories created by reference data type? Two memories. Number one, IA1 memory. Number two, open bracket to closed bracket memory. What is this IA1? Is it object or variable? It is variable memory. Then open bracket, closed bracket, what is it? It is object memory. What is the difference between variable memory and object memory? Variable can store one value or one object reference. One value or one object reference. Then what is object? Object is a collection of multiple values. Okay, collection of multiple values. So repeating once again, reference data type will create two memories, variable memory and object memory. Variable memory meant for storing one value or one object. Object is meant for storing multiple values. Now the question, if you want to store a value, I need variable. Na? Either you take regular variable or you take object. To store value, what we need? We need memory. We need variable. Now I'm going to write here, object internally contain multiple variables again. Okay, object cannot store value. Object required variable. For example, you take your school bag. School bag is divided into multiple racks. Na? First rack for storing, top rack for storing geometry box, pencil, pens, and second rack for storing short books, third rack for storing long books, and here we have some gyps side for storing water bottles, right? And we have handle here to hold. Okay, a lot of separations are there, na? Like that. Object means again implicitly variables are there. Sir, how many variables are there in the object? As many values as we are storing. How many values we are storing here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 values I'm storing. Then how many variables are created? 7 variables are created. Tell me, these 7 variables are created at a different locations? Different locations? No, they're all stored in continuation memory location, because it's a one object. Like a bus, tell me, in a bus we have seats, then tell me seats are available at different places? No, continuation location seats are arranged, right? Same way, multiple variables are created in a continuation memory location for storing multiple values. So repeating once again, reference data type will allocate to memory, variable memory and object memory. Variable memory meant for storing one value or one object, and sorry, not one value. I am repeating, sorry. It's not one value, one object reference. It is meant for storing object reference. What is reference? Reference is nothing but memory address. Okay, when object is created, it has some address. Okay, let me take an example. This is your apartment. Tell me, this is your apartment. Now this apartment contain one address, na? Apartment contain one address. Then this apartment is divided into multiple floors. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Multiple floors will be there. Each floor contain its own floor number, na? 101, 102, 201, 202, 301, 302. 401, 402, like this, right? So individual flats contain number, right? Now when you create object, array object is represented by circle. Object is represented by circle because a group of values represented by what? Circle. Na? Object represented by circle. In this circle, now as many values we want to store, those many variables are created in a continuation memory location. Okay, continuation memory location. Then now in order to represent all these variables, now there is a one base address is created. I am assuming that address as what? 1010. Okay, this address will be there, not door number, flat number, something. That apartment address is nothing but our object address. Then inside each flat contain 1, 202, 201, 202, like that. Each location contain index number 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. Okay, you can compare array with apartment, you can compare array with bus, you can compare array with what? Bag. So now final conclusion, every reference data type will create two memories, variable memory and object memory. Variable memory meant for storing reference of the object. In Java, address is called reference. Okay, reference is the alias. So every object contain one base address. That address alias name is what? Reference. So every object contain reference. To store that reference, we got reference variable. Next point. It also creates object. In object memory, what will be stored? In object memory, the values are stored. What are the values we stored? To store that values, implicitly memory locations are there. Each memory location will contain its own index number, start from 0. Okay, now let me draw a complete memory diagram for this. And tell me now, when JVM come to this line, what it will do? It found it is a variable. Then IA1 memory created. Please draw along with me, open notes. Open this program, draw memory along with me. I1 10, I2 memory 20. Then IA1 variable memory created by object creation started. I told you object means square bracket, circle. Object represented by circle. This is variable. This is object. Then tell me how many locations are created here? 7 locations. 7 continuation locations are created. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And each location, okay, this complete object has a base address 1010. This 1010 is called reference. And now each location contain index number start from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Every array implicitly contain one variable called length. Yesterday I shown you length, na? This length variable with a number of locations. How many? 7. And in each location, the given values are stored. 3 from left to right order. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then after this array object construction completed, 1010 written and stored in IA1. Okay, 1010 written and stored in IA1, it's pointing to it. What is the circle? It is array int array object. Referenced variable. Shortcuts I am writing. If you want to write full cut. This is the array object memory diagram. Understand? Oh my God. Can somebody read this question and answer? Did I say like that? Did I say every variable contains object reference? My dear class, can you respond? Read that question and please respond. Did I say every object contain reference? Which variable contain object reference? Which type of variable will contain object reference? That's what Moish in last class I told you, na? Remember. Please don't think by your own. That is the problem currently you are facing. You will think whatever you like. You never understand what I am telling you. That is the problem with you. I am not answering. Look at your classmates only answering. Dhanu, he is EC background student. Being a EC background student, he is understanding everything. And you are CSE background student. I don't know why you are not understanding. Why you are thinking your own way. I'm not pointing. I'm just trying to recollect once again what I told you. Look at there, all people are answering. Reference data type, reference data type, reference data type, reference data type. Reference variable, reference data type contain. Primitive variable contain value. Reference variable contain reference of the object. Not all variables. Okay. So hope you all understand this diagram. Rabuji, can you please confirm all? Okay, now I wanted to understand here. Tell me this first line, what will happen in first line? IA1 variable created, IA2 na? IA2 variable created equal to open bracket, closed bracket. Empty array object created with length variable compulsory with what value? 0. Locations are not created, but length variable is there. Already there is a one object with address 1010. I want to take another object with a new address 2020. Now 2020 stored in IA2 pointing. I will teach you one object, remaining objects you have to work. Then tell me, when you write M1 of IA2, from here control come to M1 method. Everyone answer. When I pass IA2, what will be passed? Is this array object one copy passed or IA2 value passed? When you pass object as an argument, what will be passed? When you pass IA2 as an argument, what will be passed? IA2 value passed. What is IA2 value? 2020. Okay. Now this M1 method parameter is a variable object. This parameter IA is variable object. IA is variable. Then what happened? IA variable memory created with what value? 2020. Tell me, is this 2020 is a mathematical value or reference of object? It is reference of the object. Then it is pointing to the same array object created inside main method. Everyone understand? Then when I write arrays dot to string of IA, now this IA variable also accessing the same elements available in this array. There are no elements, hence nothing is displayed. Can you explain second line? Try you yourself. IA3 variable created. Then new array object is created with how many locations? One value, one location. With the index number 0. With the value 3. And length variable is also created with value 0 na 1 na? 1 element 1. Now its reference is 3030. 3030 stored in IA3, pointing to it. If you don't practice memory diagrams, you cannot write programs properly. You cannot write code properly. You know, if you want to develop Java based programs, if you don't get clarity on memory diagram, writing code become very tough. And if you don't get memory diagram idea, finding output of the given program in the interview questions become very tough. That's why memory diagrams are very important. Now when you call IA3, again control come to this method. Tell me, after method execution completed, already this parameter is destroyed na? This parameter memory destroyed, this arrow mark is also gone. This reference, arrow mark is called reference. Then here what happens, second time when you call, again variable is created, IA. And past value stored 2020. And it is pointing to, sorry, 3030 na? And it is pointing to the second object. Then first time we got output empty array, second time we'll get output square bracket 3 because 3 is there. Okay, this is how array object is created, values are stored, and reading values and passing values, everything. Yeah. If you have any questions, please ask. If you don't have any questions, you must prepare the same memory diagram for second program. Any doubts? Are you writing memory diagram along with me? How 3030 came, not understand under CSE na, you don't understand. Pakka. CSE background students, they never understand. Most dangerous people these are. Why CSE people don't understand? No, because they won't understand. EC background student, non-IT background students, they will understand. Why? They don't want to understand. They will follow me. First object 10-10, second object 20-20, third object 30-30, fourth object 40-40, fifth object 50-50. Your roll number 1, next person roll number 2, next person roll number 3, third person roll number, fourth person roll number 4. Right? Next person roll number 6, 7, like that, right? Number increase in a ఏంట్రా రే కొంచెం అప్లై చేయండి రా ప్లీజ్ రా బాబు అప్లై సమ్ బ్రెయిన్ రా రే డోంట్ బీ లైక్ ఎ డమ్ ఫెలోస్ రా బాబు. Okay, try to work out that tax department program yourself. Try to work out this one. Are you drawing? Completed? Any doubts? Should I draw it? Should I draw it or not required? How tax department method? Did you understand now? How tax department method is accessing the salaries available in this array? Because from this main method, the array object reference 1010 you are passing as argument. It contains the reference 1010 and pointing to same array, same salaries. Got clarity? Yeah, wonderful. Shall we move to the next topic? So now quickly we'll try to complete class related topic. So array related successfully understood, variables related successfully understood, array related completed. Once again tell me, when you create array object, okay, what are the things you need to consider? Number one, what type of values you wanted to store, that type of array you must create. If you want to store int type values, you must create int array. If you want to store double type values, you must create double array. If you want to store characters, char array. If you want to store boolean values, boolean array. If you want to store strings, string array. What type of values you want to store, that type of array you must create. Syntax is same for one array to another array. Only difference is just data type and their values only different. Remaining everything is same. Okay, na? Now, next question, try to answer. What is the problem with array? Array problem is it can store only same type of multiple values. It cannot store a different type of values. For example, okay, look at there. What is the problem of array? The problem of array cannot store a different type of values. Okay, for example, I created a byte array. I am trying to store 5.0, not allowed. I'm trying to store true, not allowed. Compiler software throw error. You cannot store a different type of values. Then now the question is, I want, according to my project, I want to store a different type of values, like int type of value, float type of value. Char, one boolean, like this different type of values I want to store. Then what is the solution? The solution is we must choose class. If you want to store one value, primitive variable. If you want to store multiple values of same type, array. If you want to store a different type of values, then I must use class. Okay, then tell me which class I must use. Class is a keyword. You cannot use a class keyword for storing values. For example, int is a data type name. Int I1 equal to 10. Int square bracket is a data type name using which we can create array. Int is a data type name of the data type. So same way, if you want to use a class, there should be a class with some name. Now, which class I should use to store multiple values of different type? My question is here, all primitive data types are predefined given by Sun Microsystem. To create array, I no need to create any additional class. Just I need to use the given data type. Okay, the primitive data type I should mention after before square bracket. Then my question is, my question is, like a primitive data type, do you have any predefined class that is meant for storing multiple values as a group? Do you have any predefined class that allows us to store multiple values of different type? No, there is no predefined class. You yourself must create. Do you understand what I'm talking? You yourself must create. There is no predefined class for storing multiple values of different type. Why Sun Microsystem not given predefined data type called class? Simple. Tell me, for all projects, integer number storing is common. That's why primitive data type int given. For all projects, storing floating point number is common. So that's why float data type or double data type is given. Okay, but storing multiple values of same type is also common to all programs. That's why Sun Microsystem given arrays. But storing different type of values as a group is changing from one company to another company. Okay, one program to another program, one project to another project, that storing different type of values are changing. So what Sun Microsystem did, Arey bhai Hari, what you do? You try to create your own data type based on the different type of values you wanted to store. Then what we need to do? We must create a class by our own in our program. I should create my own class following by class name, open bracket, closed bracket. Tell me, like int, like float, like double, like char, like boolean. Here, example is also data type name. Okay, class example, open bracket, closed bracket, everything is a data type. But here example is a data type name. By using this data type example, we can refer to all values available in this class. And tell me now, why you are creating class? For storing different type of values. Where I should store? Inside. Okay, inside class. For that purpose, I need variables. Na? Inside this class example, we need to create variables. Tell me, I am writing directly values like this. Can I store values directly like this? No. Come on, come on. Can I store values directly like this? No. 5, 6.7, single quote A, 8, 9, hurry. It's not possible. I told you, reference data type, nothing but class and reference data types, nothing but class and array are meant for storing values, but they cannot store value directly. Are you understanding my point? They cannot store value directly. They can store value via variables only. Which type of values you want to store? Those many variables you must create inside a class. Look at there. And now 5 is a what type? Int. 6.7 what type? Double. Char is what type? Single quote what type? Char. 8 comma 9 of what you want to store as a long array. Double quote is what? String. Is everyone understand? Now, did you get clarity on how to create our own data type? Simple. Class keyword following by class name, open bracket, closed bracket. Inside class, you declare number of variables based on the type of value you wanted to store. Up to now, all you understand? Now tell me what I created. I created I created a one data type. Who created? I myself created. When you create variable by you yourself, then that is called user, right? User defined variable, user defined method, user defined class, user defined. Okay, now it is a data type created by me. It is a user defined data type or custom data type. So tell me, if Inter ask a question, what is a class? What is the use of class? What do you answer? A class is a user defined data type. It is used for storing multiple values of same type and different type as one group. Everyone understand what is a class? A class is a user defined data type. It is used for storing multiple values of same type or different type as one group. Class is called user defined data type because class data type is created by programmer according to his program requirement based on different type of values he wants to store. Anybody have question on this concept? All you people understand how to create our own user defined data type? Everyone please answer. Still any questions? Now question, what I did, I just created one data type. Can we read value 5? From my class main method, I'm creating one class, okay? I'm creating one class called test, my own class. Now tell me. What I did by creating class example, try to understand, sir. Very important. All the people pay attention. Keep your ears to your audio, okay? Don't keep your brain, eyes and ears somewhere else. Look at the screen. 5 minutes. This 5 minutes is very important. Look at the screen. By creating class example, what you created? You just created data type. That means like int, like float, like double, like char, like boolean. You created data type. Then in this data type, I have some values. I want to read those values. Is it possible to read? If you want to read values, first it should have memory, na? Hello? If you want to read, first you should have memory. You just created a class. Just by creating class, what is ready? Template is ready. Design is ready. But memory not ready. For example, you taken a paper, white paper you have taken. On white paper, you are drawing one bike picture. Then tell me, is it a bike? Can you use that bike to drive on the road and go to one place to another place? Are you a Doraemon? You know, right? Doraemon is having one pocket. From the pocket, whatever the gadget you want, he will take it out and giving to Nobita, na? Sir, what are you talking? Doraemon, Nobita, what nonsense are you talking? Yeah, my son is watching that cartoon. Sometimes I also feel so crazy to watch all those cartoons. And I feel so happy. But if I also have the pocket like that, I will take it out from there. Okay, complete Java and put in your mind. Got you my point? So within 2 days, okay, abracadabra, go Java subject into your brain, I'll send. Dora cake, something is there, okay? Fine. And now tell me, what I did, just I created a class, nothing but data type. But in order to read that value 5, read that value 6.7, I should provide memory to I1 variable, D1 variable, CH variable, LA variable, S1 variable. Na? Now tell me, how many ways we can allocate memory to the variables available in the class? 2 ways. Number 1, by using data, by using static keyword. Number 2, by using new keyword. What is the difference between static keyword and new keyword you discussed? Static keyword will provide individual memory for each variable separately. If you write static int I1 variable provided memory. Again, you should repeat static keyword for D1 variable also. Static double D1, static char CH, static long array LA, static string S1. Are you following? You need to apply static keyword for each variable separately. Then each variable provided separate memory. Hey, what is our target? You want to allocate memory to all variables individually or as a group? Come on. What is our target? Are we here to provide memory to all these variables individually and as a group? Arre, Pujita, if you want to provide memory individually, why you come to the array and why you come to the class, amma? You can use the primitive variables directly inside main method, na? How can you people forget the baseline here? Primitive data type variables already there to store values with individual memory location. Because that is a problem of sending all these values from one class method to another class method, we come to array. Array has a problem, we come to class. What is the main target? Our target is grouping all the values and sending all values from one place to another place with a single name. And tell me, here after class creation, inside the class, you can declare variables based on the different type of values you want to store. Okay, for that purpose, what you need to do, okay, after that you need to provide memory. There are 2 kinds of memories you can provide. Number 1, variable memory. Number 1, Number 2, number 1, individual memory. Number 2, as a group memory. Individual memory, if you want to provide, you must use static keyword. Group memory, if you want to provide, you must use new keyword. Everyone understand? And tell me here, new keyword, static keyword. What keyword you must use? Come on, decide first. New keyword, static keyword. I must use new keyword. Now, new keyword memory is called what? Object. Correct? Group memory is nothing but object. So, you must create variable memory for storing object reference and a new keyword for creating object. Look at that, I'm taking another class called test main method. Inside main method, I wanted to access all these variables of the class example as one group. For that, I must use what? New keyword. New following by which class variables memory you want to allocate? Example class. Then what you write? New example. Hope all you people are following. Now tell me, if I write a new example, what will happen? Just memory for I1, D1, CHLA, S1 created, memory created. But my question is, that memory to access, I need one name, na? For example, bag manufactured. Okay, you went to one bag shop, you bought one bag, but the bag doesn't have handle to carry. Will you buy that bag? If you want to store things inside a bag and if you want to carry, what you need? You need a handle. That handle is nothing but name of the variable. Example E1 equal to new example. Rebuji, all people understand? So tell me example E1 equal to new example. Here E1 is object or variable? E1 is just variable. If I write just example E1 semicolon, are these I1, D1, CHLA, S1 variables are provided memory? No. Okay, na? So tell me, if you want to work with primitive data type or want to work with array or want to work with class, two steps are there. Number one, you should have data type. Number two, using the data type, you must create variable. Primitive data types are predefined. You just need to create variable by using primitive data type. Arrays are predefined. In program, just you need to create array. Just by using primitive data types, you must follow array syntax and create array. But come to class, class is not predefined. It is a user defined. So first step, you must create class as a data type. And then you have to use that class for creating variables and objects. Rabuji, everybody got clarity here? So now this is how you need to work. Then tell me, everyone try to answer. E1, when you see example E1 equal new example, are you visualizing memory diagram here? Program compiled successfully, program executed successfully, JVM background creates memory for example E1 equal new example statement. Come on, all you people visualize and then I will draw. First you visualize and then I will draw. Example E1, E1 is object or variable? E1 is object or variable? Is a variable. So just box created. Memory for I1, D1, CH, LAS1 created or not created? Not created. Then who will create that memory? New keyword. I'm giving 1 minute time. Can you please try to draw memory by your own? Already array memory I explained. Na? You try class memory and then I will explain, so we will tally. Everyone understand what I'm talking? Did you try? Shall I draw memory now? Quickly observe. First, what will be there? Circle created. Okay. Now this circle contains all these variables. Na? All those variables memory will be there here. All those variables are provided memory, continuation memory. What is the name of the variables? I1, D1, CH, LA, and S1. Okay, na? Then reference is what? 1010. Every object, starting object reference, I'm assuming as 1010. It's my own number, my assuming, okay? Now answer my question. A new keyword will go to example class and allocate memory to all these variables in a continuation memory location like this. Then further, these variables must be initialized with the given values. Na? I1 is what type of variable? Primitive variable. Primitive variable contain value directly 5. D1 what type of variable? Double. What its value? 6.7 directly stored. Char what type of variable? CH is what type of variable? Char directly single quote A is stored. All people answer. LA is what type of variable? Please Nana, please fast answer. LA is what type of variable? LA is a reference variable. Can reference variable contain directly values? Can reference variable can contain value directly? No. It contain address or reference, reference of the object. That means this open bracket, closed bracket, background array object. Na? So inside JVM, separate array object is created, long array object is created. With how many locations? 2 locations, 0, 1, 8 and 9 stored. Length variable will be there with how many values? 2 values. Reference is 2020 because second object. 2020 stored in LA and point into it. So tell me, a object can contain other objects. A bag can contain another bag. Do you understand, all people? A bag can contain other bag, right? A class can store another class also. A object can contain other object values also. Okay. Now tell me. Next, S1 is what? A primitive data type or reference data type? S1 variable data type is what? Primitive or reference? Come on, everyone answer. S1 is a primitive data type of Pawan. Which primitive data type? How many primitive data types are there in Java? Pawan, do you understand how many primitive data types are there in Java? 8. Is a string there in that 8 list? Is that a string there in that 8 list? Then how dare you to say it's a primitive data type, buddy? Ante I thought, sir, my sir told in academics. Don't follow academics, okay? Come on, try to use. If it is 8 data types are there primitive, or other than these 8, anything is what? Reference data type. So then string I have not created, na, Sun created. Like how you created your class called example, Sun Microsystem created a class called string already predefined. Then tell me, using string, I created a variable S1. S1 is what type? Reference data type. Tell me, reference data type means, can it store the directly Hari here? Can it store Hari directly like this? No, it cannot. And then tell me what happened? Now separate object is created. String class object is created. And then Hari stored inside. and reference is 30 30. Third object now 30 30. Now the 30 30 stored here, pointing to it. And finally, this example class object reference 10 stored in E1, pointing to it. Understand my point? Did you understand the class memory diagram, class object creation? So whenever you see example E1 equal a new example, what are the points should come? First, E1 is a variable, new example is object. New example is object. Because of new example, now new instance created, new memory created with reference 1010. Then first new keyword will go to example class, collect all the variables memory created in continuation locations. Then the given values are storing. I1 primitive, D1 primitive, CH primitive directly values are stored. But LA reference variable, S1 reference variable, separate objects are created, their references are stored and point. This is example class object. Hope everyone understand. This is the class object and array object memory diagram. Can you call the values available in this object? How to call? How to call? Using E1. E1 and tell me square bracket or dot? Ah. Ah. Dot. If you want read value from array, you must use square bracket. Okay. If you want read values from array, you should use square bracket. If you want read value from class, you should use dot. Now come on, try to write code here for reading and displaying all values. E1 dot I1, E1 dot D1, E1 dot CH, E1 dot LA. Hey, if you write LA, what will you get? 2020 will get. You want 2020, you want 8. I want value 8, I want value 9. Then what rate? You have to use combination. E1 dot LA of 0, E1 dot LA of 1. Understand? Tell me now. EA1 dot SA. Then what will you get? Will you get 30 30 Harina? Will you get 30 30 Harina? Will not get 30 30. You will get Hari only. That is the specialty of string object. Are you catching my point? So that is the specialty of array. Sorry. That is a specialty of string object. When you display string object, we will not get 30, we'll get directly value. Okay, we'll get directly value. So now here is the code for reading and displaying all values. Can you try this program by yourself in your system? Take screenshot and type in your system and try. Tomorrow with this knowledge, we'll try to develop projects. Data types chapter, variables and objects completed. Data types, variables, array and object topic completed. With this knowledge, we will try to become, we'll try to develop real-time applications. Okay, na? Take screenshot and see you tomorrow. Hope you enjoyed today class. Array memory diagram, class creation, class memory diagram. Thank you all. Bye. See you tomorrow. If you have questions, hold those questions. Tomorrow I'll answer you. Bye.